Some major news that just came out today. I have all the details for you in this video. Let's get into it right now. But if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated every single day with all the latest details, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and as Congress continues to work their way through the newly revised stimulus package, so we can figure out what is in it for us to take advantage of, and what else are all the changes out there going on right now, as there is so much going on. So again, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join the community by hitting that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any updates going forward, as it's a tough time out there right now, and I'm right by your side every single day, bringing you all these updates and helping you out in any way that I possibly can, as that is my commitment to you and this community as a whole. All right, let's get right into the updates. So today we have reached uncharted territory. In other words, a major milestone that we have never reached previously in this country. Can you guess what it is? Well, it pertains to the new milestone on the national debt. In fact, we reached $30 trillion according to a new Treasury report that just came out today. $30 trillion of debt. That is unbelievable. Could you imagine if you looked at your credit card bill and all of a sudden it said $30 trillion? I mean, honestly, we wouldn't even try to pay that back. Seriously, it's such a big number that we probably just think, who cares? Let's just charge more, right? I don't know about you, but that's how I would think anyway. There's just no way we could ever get ahead of that. So I just feel like, who cares? Let's just buy more stuff, right? So anyway, this is unbelievable, $30 trillion. But to better understand this, I have a little bit of a timeline here I want to lay out for you, because you can see the expansion of the national debt. In fact, the national debt has absolutely ballooned over the last few years here, and I want to lay this out because it's actually very interesting to see the progression of this. So check this out. In December of 2007, so a little over 14 years ago, not even that long ago, the national debt was sitting at $9.2 trillion. Not that bad, right? So remember, this was December of 2007. It wasn't even that long ago. $9.2 trillion. However, from 2007, December 2007, up until early 2017, the national debt went from $9.2 trillion up to just under $20 trillion in that about 10-year period. It wasn't even 10 years. It was about 9-year period of time. Well, a little over 9 years. It went from 9.2 to just under $20 trillion. From early 2017 up until 2019, it went up about another $3 trillion. Well, check this out. From 2019 until current, it went up another $7 trillion. Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, that is just unbelievable. With this whole COVID situation, so basically over the last 2 years, it's gone up by about $7 trillion. And this is all because of the stimulus packages, all the COVID relief bills, all of this stuff going on. But check this out. Of that roughly $7 trillion of national debt that has gone up over the last 2 years or so, guess how much of that was sent out in the form of stimulus checks? Yeah, you guessed it, about $844 billion. So just about $150 billion less than $1 trillion. So less than 1/7 of all the money that was pumped out during the last 2 years here went out in the form of relief checks, survival checks, economic impact payments, otherwise known as stimulus checks for us, the people. Yeah, unreal, right? So now we're dealing with this massive inflation issue, digging into our money, digging into our purchasing power, and we only got a small fraction of the amount of money that was printed up and pumped out into the economy. So unreal, right? I don't know. Maybe you don't think this is very interesting, but I think it is unbelievable with everything that's going on right now and the massive amount of national debt that we're dealing with right now, right? And here we are talking about multi-trillions of dollars of more money that they want to spend on top of this, pushing the national debt probably into $32 to $33 trillion just here over the next couple of years. So yeah, wow. So they're kind of looking at this whole situation as in they being economists, the Fed, everybody's kind of looking at this situation thinking, okay, how much national debt can this country hold? Like, how much can we really handle right now? Well, we've been asking that question for a very long time now, right? So very interesting. I guess someday we're going to find out. and it's going to be a painful time. Yeah, the whole thing's going to kind of, collapse on itself, and then it's going to be like, oh, I guess that's how much debt we could hold. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a too late kind of situation once we kind of figure out what that number is. Well, either way, kind of a sad situation with everything going on. But again, they're kind of in the position where it's almost like we're probably not even going to try to pay this back because, like I said earlier, it's so big, it's so out of hand right now that honestly, they're probably not going to really try to do anything to get it back. But of course, they always try to make the effort to make it sound like, oh yeah, we're going to pay it all back. Really? At what point? In how many centuries from now are we really going to pay back $30 trillion, right? Yeah, so anyway, very interesting I wanted to share with you. Also, let's talk about the stimulus package for a minute. This is also pretty interesting today. Joe Manchin, a lot of us know who Joe Manchin is, but one reason we need to watch Joe Manchin very closely is because he's kind of the guy behind the stimulus package at this point. Because basically, if he's not in support of something that comes out right now, he has the power, just like any other senator. All 50 senators have the ability right now to tank the entire bill if they just so wanted to do so. Well, Joe Manchin was out today, and he reiterated that as far as the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better agenda, it's dead. According to Joe Manchin today, he said, it's dead. What are you guys talking about? It's not here. It's gone. It's not a thing anymore. So apparently reporters were asking him, what about the Build Back Better? And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. It's gone. It's dead. It's not even here anymore. So when it comes to that Build Back Better agenda that we've been talking about for literally since April of 2021, it's gone. That's it. However, he did reiterate that saying that the current iteration of the Build Back Better agenda is gone. However, he's open to negotiations and he's open to talking, but he also did reaffirm that pretty much there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about it, except for a few provisions about the newly revised stimulus package, which again, that's what I'm calling it because we don't know what the new name is going to be. But again, they are currently working on some new negotiations, and Joe Manchin said, hey, I'm open to negotiations. Let me know. Let's talk. Let's get this thing going here. So he's completely open to it, but yet at the same time, we haven't had a whole lot of action on the whole thing. It's been a very, very slow process. But again, they want to get this whole thing done by the deadline that I talked about in the last video, March 1st. So it's kind of like we have this whole contradicting information right now. On one hand, we have progressives saying March 1st is the day we've got to get this thing done. And on the other hand, we have Joe Manchin coming out saying, well, we haven't really been talking about it a whole lot. There's a little bit going on, but not much. So, like, where's the give, right? So, I don't know. They have about a month to go here until they hit that arbitrary timeline as far as what progressives have drawn in the sand, saying this is when we want to get it done, March 1st, just like we talked about in that previous video. But there's a little bit of action going on here going forward, and yeah, we'll have to continue watching this. But very interesting when it comes down to the national debt, of course, and the stimulus package, and what Joe Manchin is saying about the Build Back Better agenda. Previously coming into this, we knew that it was most likely probably not coming back, but we didn't really have confirmation. Well, now as of today, we pretty much have that confirmation out of Joe Manchin. Yeah, the Build Back Better agenda, the 1.75, it's gone. See ya. It's not coming back. So this could be a good thing. Again, I've talked about this previously in the last video. I was saying that a lot of this going forward is going to be a lot of political games going forward. And this whole fact that the Build Back Better agenda is gone, it may not be such a bad thing. So I know we might look at this and think, oh, this is it. It's gone. There's no relief coming for us. We might want to look at it from a different lens and think this might actually be a good thing. If they're going to start playing some political games and the Build Back Better agenda is gone and they need to go back to the drawing board, this may give them the option to rethink some things considering the current landscape, how people are actually feeling right now, how people are actually doing as far as finances. And they may actually come to their senses and realize, hey, people actually need to do something. And like we've been seeing here over the last month or so, they've been talking about sending out a new personalized or more like people-focused stimulus package. So again, as we get more information on that, of course, I'll be right here for you with all those latest updates. Anyway, I want to bring this for you, some major news that just came out today on the national debt and, of course, the stimulus package. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share this video or or go back and check out any of the other nearly 2,100 videos right here on the channel. And of course, stay tuned as my wife Corey will be back here in just a minute with the new updated list of shoutouts for those names that are pulled right out of the fan club. If you're interested in checking out the fan club, there's a link down below in the description. Otherwise, at the top of the comments section as well, you can check it out there. So with that being said, Corey, take it away, and she will come in and read that new list, and make sure to stay tuned for the next update in the next video. All right, Corey, it's all you. Thanks so much for being part of the community. Stay tuned, and I will be here for you every single day. All right, Corey, take it away, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see ya.
Our shoutouts today include Barbara Heim, David Nagal, Laura Menledez, Kelly Leary, Lauren Cantrell, Tiny Harris, and Kenneth Rolls. Thank you for being members of the fan club.